Like Jackie Weaver in the parish council meeting, he had no authority at all at that moment because he didn't even know his job. Actually, Jackie Weaver did have authority. That was an interesting moment of Zoom history and internet history, right? That council meeting with the British council members of a small community. Right, I'm gonna skip forward a bit to the game. Oh god, I look very gormless in this shot. But yeah, the introduction was quite long of this one. Yeah, it was after this part somewhere. I'll find it in a moment. This is a famous Japanese singer, right? Matsutoya Yumi. A hood. Jesus Christ. Kind of a seed. The sheer amount of fluff I put in these streams, I really hate this so much. I want to start a stream and people are on the hallway like it's the living room. I don't understand what's so fun about the hallway. Dear God. Here's one. I may have to go through the clash. Alright, anyway. As an introduction, I wanted to play the new episode that I just recently recorded, as in today and yesterday. But it's been so long, and it's such a story-heavy game that I thought maybe a rerun would be better for the first part, especially if it's quiet. I can add it again to the playlists that have been nuked a while ago, and people can catch up to where we are first. So let's do that. There's plenty of times to stream this stuff, so we can continue very soon. And in the meantime, I'll keep on recording new stuff to add to the pile. Oh, and you'll be getting it now in slightly abbreviated form because I just cut off about 28 minutes of rambling about J-pop. So there you go. Just all pure, undiluted, is that the word? Tragic Eastern European artsy, depressing RPG goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, Disco Elysium. Dialogue again. So you made it back? That's great. See, it pays off sometimes to... Oh, this is not a game. To stream for a bit longer. And to give people more opportunities to join and come in and now and then. It is definitely better to be on longer sometimes and just have longer breaks than it is to be on short and sweet streams. It's not gonna be like that. I don't have to. I could never. But for me, like three hours is pretty long. Like I think a natural amount of time for me to stream is between. It's usually like 2 hours, but then I would need to have a break to eat or do something. And I'm taking those little breaks. I'm spreading them out a little bit. It does help. It's nice to see people pop in. That also helps. I probably could stream pretty long if it was always like active, because then you just forget that time's passing easily. So what if I don't immediately dismiss the cigarette? Oh, the game is muted. Hello? Come on.
You should pick that fat, juicy
Yes.
cigarette butt from the tray. Light it up.
The what now?
The living shit. Your Mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants
My what
smokes.
pathway?
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously.
That's a lot of emotion for a cigarette.
How very astute.
She broke it at the filter.
This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then
Right.
The idea seems to make your neck expand. Suddenly, the garish tie feels very snug.
The actual tie is giving you, is putting ideas in your head.
like a cat rubbing itself against its owner's calves.
The fact I had to
Cat
risk
that
my
wants
life to
you
get that
smoke
tie.
a lot.
It actually had, I had to roll for it, and a bad roll resulted in health loss. Feels like it feels like betrayal that the tie would get me to try and chain smoke as a thanks for taking it off the ceiling fan and risking my life for that.
Or you could not do that. No one is making you.
There's that willpower comes in. I should not do that. I'll make it priority 1. Yes, I should do that. Let's say, I'll think about it.
Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy
Yummy
sticks of
cigarettes.
tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time.
Electrochemistry, why did you just fuck off? Who asked?
And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them.
That's not how that works.
Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses.
Does it though? For those massive bonuses. Gotta find cigarettes for those massive bonuses. See, my problem was I did not get any experience for resisting the smokes. Find a pack, put it in your hand, and the smokes will do the rest. I'm not sure if I want it. Okay. Not sure if I want it. Why do I listen to the electrochemistry guy? Seldom do that. I say as I drink my 6 caffeine or something. Thank God mine is not that talkative. Right, let's see. What was this again? Oh yeah, that was the Tremblement. We didn't recognize anything from it. And we don't have any background information. Go downstairs, you drunk. Wait. You would think this would be SD, but it's not. Oh, I guess I need to click it rather than just... Right. Here we go again. Quick save. And there's a lot to see. A lot to click. So much to see, so much to ponder. This is where the lyrics would be, right? A big old karaoke mic. Okay, let's do that. I guess we can't. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. I'm a little concerned. I hope the music is not gonna get copyright claim. I just, it's weird because I think it has an original soundtrack. I'm pretty sure it does, and it's not very common for games, let alone indie games, to have copyrighted music, unless it's something like GTA radio stuff, right? Or the Sims radio stuff. But then again, I got VOD muted once for having Saria's song play in the background while I was BRBing, so go figure. Saria's song of all things. Do 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 do. I really, because some asshole rapped over Saria's song and made that a copyrighted version. So everything featuring Saria's song automatically gets copyright claimed by some fucking dodgy assholes that basically stole the song itself. I found out later. I'm not sure if I'm telling you guys that here. I'm a bit of an Android. Sometimes it takes a while to boot up the programming, but it's all in there. And once I start, you're gonna hear the full story. If so, I do apologize. But you can make it a drinking game. How many times does Zach interrupt himself with an anecdote, and then he proceeds to actually repeat that anecdote or say the same anecdote in the past? Well, I thought about this today, and there's literally nothing more confronting with the fact what a bunch of AIs we all are, and then streaming and looking back at your old streams, which is an interesting topic of discussion. But I guess there's only that many new associations and stories you can pick up about a specific topic in a given amount of time. But if something has been months ago and I still would say the exact same thing, I'm worried I'm becoming a bit of a character. But hey, let's see. Did I say something about the rap song? I may not have figured it out yet. But I don't know from when this was exactly. I think September. I don't know yet. I don't know. There is a copyrighted, no copyrighted music version or setting in this game though. Which I clearly did not know about yet, judging from the rant here. Doubt that. I wonder if it was even recognizing what it thought it recognized. Because when I talked over it, it was fine. It was no longer VOD muted for that part. He doesn't like me. I'm gonna read this first. What is this? Hey, Monday. That might be tomorrow. It says day 1. I'm guessing it's Sunday then. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Is that relevant? Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 p.m. It's not 1 p.m. is it? It is morning, I guess. Mess hall reserved for union members. Doors open at 4. That's not now. Royal pinball machine. Who are you?
Hello, sweetie.
What a title. Cryptozoologist wife, sure.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Okay. No dialogue options there, no flirting either. With that lovely expression.
A man in his late 20s stands behind.
Why would you
the
flirt
counter,
with someone's wife?
inspecting a stuffed
Bit of a weak
seabird.
chin this guy has.
As you approach, he gives you a sideways
Just to say he
glance,
doesn't have
then
one.
looks down
It's just-
again.
That's your first thought. It's a neck turning into a face. Kupo is on the floor, by the way. I don't know. A 24-hour would be cool, but my neck is not having this position. I don't know if I need to do something about the monitor position. I'm I'm a little bit sore. Maybe it's just I'm not used to playing with keyboard and mouse anymore.
That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Let's go with the empathy. Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Mm-hmm.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero. You're being sarcastic. Well, out of these, I mean, this is an obvious answer. He's gonna be like, no shit, Sherlock. And this is one like, yes, a hero that destroys my property. You can't win. You can't win with these answers.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and
Either way.
trash my hostel room?
I do not appreciate your tone. This is no way to talk to an officer. Shut up.
Oh,
Please.
it's not?
Right. Shut him up.
It's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a
There you go.
law-abiding citizen, and you a representative
Authority.
of that law.
Respect my authority.
He tries to avoid outright conflict.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
He's looking a bit drunk himself, though. Everyone has his rat nose.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
Hmm. Understood?
Mm-hmm.
A competent word.
Look at the
of
stuffed bird.
taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall.
So I was thinking maybe he did that. The police officer, but that's not a shoe.
Something about it makes you feel bitter.
What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
Yes.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Again with that insubordinate tone.
He pretends not to hear you,
Hmm.
concentrating on the bird instead.
At least he's quiet now. I'm gonna sober up. I'm gonna make these little sons of bitches respect me. I'm gonna make these goddamn sons of bitches respect the sheriff in town. I'm gonna teach them, I'm gonna show them some goddamn authority. So, my buddy over here. Honestly, if I'm going to be police and I'm going to be in a hood solving a crime, it doesn't matter if I misbehaved a little bit. I need some respect. That would be professional to ask. That if I want to be professional, they need to be professional. They need to respect that I have a profession. And then we'll get over the vomit on my shirt and the liquor, the property damage. We'll deal that later. Right. So since everyone wants me to talk with this guy over here, but
A
random
speckled man
unimportant side character.
is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You.
So does he have those spots because of some shadow, trick of shadow, or is that like skin condition stuff? Like a lot of them have red shadows, I guess. I really thought he was covered in blood when I saw another person stream this game. But now I realize everyone has weird red shadows that should not be red. Especially his eyes are a little bit... Like with him, I guess... He's pretty fucked up. But he's got himself together pretty well, so I'm surprised about that.
As you approach, if an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
So this is my connection to the other cops. Cop rainbow connection. Hold on. Who is he to me? Shake his hand, don't shake his hand. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Yes.
You realize he's waiting. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Just call me Officer. I don't really know my name. Is he partial to Officer because of his authority? Let's just try it.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Why is that? Why is that failure? It's very cool, but want to come off like a douche if I call myself that. It's very, very cool, but maybe just a bit too ostentatious. Girl, I think it's beautiful. This is coming from a guy whose alter egos are called things like Zacharias, Cappuccino Latricio Mustang. And I've also have, let's see, it was complicated. Zacharias Broliathus, something like that. No, not Zacharias. Let me see if I can even remember my alter ego names. I have a whole list of them. See, I'm like this guy in a way. I have a lot of these voices. But I'm like, they're actually like more or less reasonable voices, I would say, compared to this shit. They don't tell me to go smoke. But mostly I use them for different concepts in concepts. Concepts and concepts. That's right. They're for conceptualization purposes. In things like The Sims. But yeah, I use names for myself or selves as I don't know. I just came up with them recently, so I'm gonna just think. There's Broden Lutricio Kaidos. Zacharias God Stomper Mustang. See, it's the longer the better. Maybe just a bit too ostentatious.
You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie. Its slickness gives you comfort and reassurance.
This horrific necktie is actually sort of sending me down a dark path.
Don't worry, Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name for one classy cop.
Okay, so the necktie is tying me into this.
Yes, well.
Either way, I think it would have reacted with this regardless.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
So it is Monday. It's Monday morning. Look at that. The time is actually here in the bottom. But it doesn't say what is Monday. But it said Monday on the menu. The menu was empty, so that's either was Sunday evening or Monday morning, I guess. Have you had time to talk to the manager here? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again.
Yes.
Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well.
We
I
should
understand
roughen
the
him
same
up.
result back, right?
Asking for a rundown of the area now that I'm here as well. Oh, hey. I've seen you lurk a few times. I'm very surprised to see you chat. It's amazing. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. How did you end up in the stream the first time? If you don't mind asking. If you don't mind, we should ask him again. Okay, let's see.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't. Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman. This sounds like I'm a skinwalker. I don't want to give that answer. It's weird. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just...
I've seen you in the viewers list simply because I always clean it from bots.
Players. You don't do that?
And I checked if you were a bot or not. That's why I remember it. Just in case. I don't like the whole viewer list clogged with like fake profiles. So I just know names. I recognize names when people have followed me for a while. It helps me with identifying things like, yeah, is someone likely to spam or not? Oh god. But other than that, it's nothing like I know. Stop talking to the invisible man. Is this me talking to my horrific necktie watching? Interest? Have you completed it? It's so cool when... You know what? I'm gonna mute him. He's just talking to himself. I know that's a streamer thing, and it's a survival skill on Twitch as a small streamer, but it does come across like real-time Harry Dubois shit. Especially, but there is an actual person there for a change. It just feels like I'm talking to my sweaty shirt. On the surface. Oh, it's your favorite game of all time. Well, so far, it is a great everything, and now he does that for me with his crazy ass. Still talking to this guy. Guys, I'm so sociable. Why can't I just be like, shut up and sit back? And I don't give a shit if this is your favorite game or if you hate it. I'm the streamer. I do the talking. You sit down and give me money and shut up. Why can't I be like that? It would really speed things along for the VOD. It's perfect. This guy is a streamer. Should have been a streamer, not a cop. There we go. There we go. I knew it. I knew that banter was gonna follow. I knew it. Like I said, AI. I keep repeating myself. He ends up streaming on Twitch or something. So I've seen another streamer play this game, and I talked about this yesterday. I don't know if you were there. Said that I listened to it a little bit. I have fun. We're never gonna leave the world in rags. Cycling through the darkness to the McDonald's, listening to the guy play the game. Kind of an interesting, somewhat eerie, but also kind of relaxing vibe. It's an interesting balance, and I really enjoyed listening to that stream. And I was like, I can do that. I can be the one broadcasting this vibe. So far, I really like it. It also matches my genre of games because I've kind of switched to a mixture of JRPGs and story-based games like point-and-click stuff and Baldur's Gate 3 lately. I feel like that's a good mix. Also games you can stream for quite a long time and get a bit immersed in. So prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice. What is he asking? Oh, if I've done any of the preliminary interviews or whatever. I haven't done it.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case.
Yes.
Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, you know, yeah. I barely get around to playing games when I'm not streaming. So maybe the answer is almost no. Almost no. Lately. Since I started streaming, almost never play games without streaming them. or recording them. I think I've only played through a lot of Twilight Princess in winter. That's been months. I definitely did not remove any dead bodies from any trees because we just regained consciousness. Dead body, no.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Yes, and what's that supposed to do for me?
Where it has been hanging for 7 days.
Yeah, I guess it's just
We should go there
it's more a
as
matter
soon
of
as
time
we're done
management.
talking to
When I'm
her.
not streaming, I just have other chores to see to or other things to do usually, so I just don't get around to it. It's an adult life thing. It's more that than just purely streaming. Because I would love to also just play some games and get lost in it, but this always keeps me like on a certain level of awareness, right? Because I'm aware of this. There's a monitor with the chat. This is the monitor with the game, so there's always this extra level. It's very relaxing to just sit on bed and not talk and get lost in it. But I don't get around to it. I can't remember anything what we were supposed to do. Okay, let's get going then.
After you, officer.
Yes.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Check my pockets for the badge.
You mean you don't have a badge?
I'm a policeman and I have my badge. It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
That sounds like a pretty sane voice. A little bit AI, but sane compared to every other voice so far in my head. Tutorial agent. I prefer tutorial agent over my limbic system going, you are a bag of meat. Can you fucking fuck up the limbic system? That voice though. That is the one. It sends all these chills up my spine. The limbic system is a fucking can go fuck yourself. The planet is full of monkeys. I wanted to punch my limbic system when I heard that voice. Let's talk to this jerk.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to
Do I have a favorite voice? I like Katsuragi's voice. What was that his name? It's quite relaxing. He sounds like a pretty together guy. He's got it. Still got it sorted out in his mind, hopefully. Presumably. Clash has a nice voice. Like I said before, it reminds me of my voice after 3 hours or 4 hours of streaming and constant talking. It's a little bit hoarse, but it's relatable. He sounds like he's got his life together. He's also got his mind together. He doesn't sound like he has electrochemistry, an inland empire or whatever blaring into his skull. Right?
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
So the lieutenant glances into his little notebook.
Yes.
I don't know what tersely means. Good word. first time I encountered it in my life, but sir, maybe like tensely, like tense.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from
Oh,
Precinct
Kitsuragi.
47.
Okay, I said it was
This is an
Katsuragi, but
inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
the Harbinger of this is difficult, isn't it? You're just kind of in a bad position. Just stick with it.
Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the
Sticking
scene.
with it.
It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
Okay. It took him a while to call us and report the dead body. That's sus.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Who's that? But you washing yourself? Can you give the carpet you're shedding hair on a wash too? Guys, if you guys can claim Kupocam for... Wasn't that a reward somewhere? A reward thing? Oh, for the record, he's actually here, so technically you could still claim Kupocam, but I'm gonna move soon, so I don't know if he'll stay. Is the Kupocam still a thing? Oh, it's gone? It used to be a channel point reward. I may just have a Kupocam soon then.
Do you have her number?
So I think Katsuragi is the blue-haired lady from Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think something deep in my limbo system tells me that. Even though I haven't seen that show since 2003.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Okay. So we're asking for the number of the person that reported the crime.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
Thank God he does the talking. He's the most. He's still the most sane voice in my head. I'm just assuming the note. I'm just kind of entertaining the idea that he is also just another part of my own brain. You never know. Maybe he is. You just said you got here from where? Part of my own brain with glasses, apparently.
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on
And an
the place.
authoritative eyebrow.
This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
Right. He's not a bartender, he is assistant to the cafeteria manager.
But you still know your way around, yes?
A part of my brain that other people seem to interact with, that's fine. It's like just having a different personality.
Another necktie.
It's all possible.
He's a Gijinka of an orange necktie with glasses.
If they can act with this part of the brain, they can act with that part, interact with that part of the brain. They might not see him as an Asian detective. That's not sad. Oh, they might be. Because there's a lot of racism in this game. So that might actually kind of mess up my theory. They're gonna be like racist towards him specifically. He's the logical side of the brain, yeah. But then they're gonna be like, you're Asian and this and that, and talk shit about that part. Then I'll know, okay, he's actually real because they're being racist. You don't know if something is real until people are being racist about a person. You don't know if they're real.
Unless it's Dubois that is the detective. That is the manifestation that isn't real. And Kim just made him up as a scapegoat.
That's the sad state of the world. But you still know your way around just in case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I don't really care what you do. Just fix that damn bird.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes.
I have everything. You?
Questions? Yes, of course. I hope these are not embarrassing questions and stupid things like this guy so far. It's difficult to navigate the world as this part of the brain.
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
I would definitely be ACAB as fuck with this guy. I would be ACAB as fuck with this smarmy bastard's face. Yeah. So, why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
That's not my business. I'm here investigating a murder.
Extra fine.
What happened with my authority? So where exactly... That was actually a good question. I actually don't know what it did. Was it none of my business? So where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we
That's
get there?
easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys.
Wait, did I not get an alert? I don't think you were subscribed before, and now I suddenly see the emotes, so thank you very much. But no alert? What's going on in this here day? I'll need to fix some stuff since my channel name changed, apparently. But thank you very much. You're dear. And kissy kissy. Nuzzle nuzzle. But whatever else. Kappa kappa. Thank you.
The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Right. Okay, so just go outside.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Oh, I didn't actually pick up on that personally. Just to show that I'm just a sociopath without empathy. I didn't actually notice that. Exit through that danger, right? You see a big hole in the fence, so exit outside. Right. Who killed him? He's not gonna know, but I'm still gonna ask.
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Did you kill him? It's probably not the right thing to ask, but let's just do it just to annoy him.
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
What build did I pick at the start? I don't know, but I feel like it's a fucked up build no matter what I do in this stage of the game where you're just known to be an alcoholic vandalist. So
let's go.
Got experience though.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
this is like the Mulder part of my brain. Agent Mulder, supposedly.
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
I don't think I have a lot of savoir-faire. What's real? I don't owe you shit.
Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right. You don't owe me shit. You owe me money.
I disagree.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
What did he call me? No, he didn't. When did he say that? When did he call me that? When did he call me that word? Okay, let's calm down. I should really have picked that option. I don't think I did, but it would have muddied the waters. And that sort of false accusation is like how the fraudulent investor got the people actually working on this game ousted from the company. You know, that always helps with crafting a narrative and deflection. So I totally should have picked option 1. I don't know if I will, but it would have worked probably to bring down the price a little bit. Let's be the right part of our brain. What if he owed me shit? Or not owe me shit? What if he did what? What if he did call me that? Yeah, you're right. Then I seem to not remember it, so it doesn't count. What's this about?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here or some backpacking arsehole off the boat. The next day, when they can't make their fees, they get aggressive. I just never thought I'd be in this shit with a cop. Please, just give me the money.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
That tie was a mistake, isn't it? You're under arrest. I don't know. That sounds like a bad thing.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Let's do that.
From the bottom of your blue soul, a term of
there we go. Refusal to aid an officer of the peace. You are impeding me from carrying out a murder investigation with your inane request for money. For a moment, I thought he was going to say insane, which would have been a really bold thing to assert, considering he was listening to his necktie.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We
there
need
you
to
go.
work now.
Besides that, I don't even think I got the money.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
Fine, I just want to be done talking to him.
You still owe me 70. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
You win some, you lose some. Yeah, Kim is a real one, isn't he? I'm glad the right part of my brain agrees with me. God, this game is kind of, I would say, on one hand it's relaxing, but actually can also be a bit emotionally intense. It is not more draining to stream than it is to play it, but it does kind of have a intensity to it. Yeah, but I noticed that once you get into it, you get used to the cringe answers and reactions, and it just becomes a lot more lighthearted. But initially, it did feel like very heavy material. I was constantly tensing my muscles as I went through dialogue options that seemed a little bit too pushing the envelope a bit too much. But still wanted to know what they did. Hi there, welcome in. This is Live Zach speaking to you from the present. Hi, how are you? Other present human being in the slight future, 5 seconds of lag later. Hope you're doing well. This is a recap or a rerun of some early episodes before I get back into the game again soon. In fact, I have new VODs lined up, and I promise they'll be less drawn out than the earlier ones when I was still dissecting every detail and a bit slow. There will be some faster, editing at least. They're also hostile. Okay, so we're talking with this lady.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello, Edna.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me? Reaction speed, success. Who's Sweetie? Let's just roll with this.
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am. I'm no Sweetie. Look at me.
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and
Okay.
that
Oh,
silly
okay.
dimple on your chin.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Dimple or not, I'm a bitter man. The years have taken their toll. The stupid dimple has only brought me suffering. I don't want to talk about the dimple anymore. This is what I always say, just to get rid of this. Just get out of this sort of loop.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Uh-huh. Her husband Morel. Gary. Alright, more names. Should probably check this.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew. Hire her on the spot.
So random. So the build I have is what is the second row? Psych is 4 points, I think. The rest is like 3 points or something like that. I made a very balanced build, but apparently it means that there are a lot of parts interfering with my conversations. I think that's why. Maybe it's because nothing is... I don't think anything is weak except for the last category. That's a 2. The sleight of hand one. But then I try to compensate for that with... I'm not sure. I think I make one of those my signature skills. How would you like to roll with me? I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? A lot of these... I don't know how you can get to this. How do you think like that? This is tempting, but I don't think Sweetie's gonna get money. Okay, I'm getting some skittering. You seem to be in a chair. How'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Uh-huh. Roll some cigarettes. I'm Jonasing for a smoke. I was thinking of the lyrics to the song. Now we're rocking and rolling. If only it was that. Cigarettes. That's a quest?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I haven't smoked in years.
Maybe I should quit too.
Quitting smoking is one of the best things you can do for your health, officer.
What are you talking about?
Oh, shut
Smoking
up.
is one of the last remaining pleasures of this world. Trust me, there's not much out there for you.
There's a lot of other drugs you could do. Don't be so negative.
You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you...
So I dumped some points in volition because I like having some resolve.
Ask these questions.
It's good for moral. So I think I'm okay with health and moral bars. Because I try not to have like weak stats, like absolute weak, average or good. But I'm not going to quit today, but I have to smoke. It's part of my cool guy persona. Okay, as you are my witness, I pledge to never pick up another cigarette as long as I live. This kind of messes with my quest, but fuck it.
I support your decision, officer.
Don't worry. This is not permanent. You can always just pick up a pack later.
This thing just fuck off. I want to talk about how she's in a chair. Observant.
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
Yeah.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injury.
This is such an inane thing to assume.
Or a grenade explosion.
I love how all his strengths are just kind of just another word for being crazy. It was rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Actually, I just want to know if she fought in a war. I actually want to know how she got in that. What happened?
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
So I want to know. I'm just curious. This probably has absolutely no bearings on the story, but or bearing. I feel like I was in a war. Were you a mountaineer? Were you a tightrope walker? So she wasn't in a war, but then what line of duty? Let's talk about her, not about me. I don't know. I don't think she has answers about me.
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
She like a nationalist, sort of? That's no good.
I was a training and development manager
Oh.
at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well,
You okay, Coupon?
once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was
Line of
almost
duty
20
for
years
sure.
ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
She runs her hand over the chrome wheels of her chair. Thanks for clearing it up for me. Okay, that was not as interesting as I had hoped. Scaffolding. At least we got to hear that word. Been a while since you hear that word. You don't hear it daily. Unless you work in construction.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
It was invasive to ask her about the wheelchair. But I'm a cop. Cops invade people's homes. They SWAT houses. Asking about wheelchairs, nothing. It's just natural curiosity for a cop. It's just a natural thing. It's just copy things, cute copy things. So I don't know. Plus, if there's one thing I know, it's that older ladies, they love talking about their conditions. They love talking about everything that is wrong with them. They got a lot of stories to tell about that. Most of them anyway. Let her vent. I feel bad about the money. I mean, she was well compensated for. How well compensated? Speaking from experience? Experience what? No, I just don't. If I can get away with knowing the truth, I want to know everything. The old lady thing. Oh, the old lady thing. It's all about the copy thing. Cause I ain't no pig. I ain't no pig. Ain't no snitch or pig. Popo, that's the second time you're washing yourself in the car. So the old lady thing, yes. Yes, I have experience with that. On all sides of the family. When the old ladies were still around. Exceptionally well, she said. Sweetie needs money.
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
No shame.
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
I mean, I need money. I don't want to go broke. I want to get kicked. I don't want to get kicked out. I'm at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Look, I'm a Twitch streamer, okay? Begging is what we do. Can't be in the business with shame.
On me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
Please subscribe. It's September. I will stream forever if I have to. Please. I'm not ending the stream till you give me money. Not ending the stream till you got 2,000 subs. Okay, she unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket. Okay.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31, Dinghy Races.
Oh. I promise I'll buy back for you once I have more money. Conclude. This will help me out, Lena. Thanks. Where can I pull the pin?
Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water,
I'm not gonna remember all
there'll be
that.
a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband's goes there often. He says the owner is quite helpful.
Okay. Down the water, shack has to be no stone. So okay.
Items that can be pawned at Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy.
I'll make some promise I probably won't be keeping because she doesn't look like she got that long left.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
Okay.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
The friendly face. First friendly person there, I'm taking advantage of her. The dog eats dog world.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
Do I even have one? I have no idea.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
What is that? Up on Marvel Hill? Probably not. Probably this.
You don't really know, do you? A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I'll live in a dumpster, I don't care, fuck everything, Hobo Cop. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? Hobo Cop is such a funny fucking answer though. I'm like, shut up, encyclopedia.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
I don't want to be too desperate. We're gonna find out shit anyway. I already know his name. Because I listened to his stream and I remember that part. So, we'll find the address. Okay, so what's this? -1 composure. Excuse you. A cop and a hobo cop. Upsides can be disabled, but doesn't have to wash. Well, according to the fat guy in the container, it was Dubois. Something Dubois. I could be wrong. Could be the big guy bluffing, because he was a bit of a manipulative bastard from what I understood. It was the first time I saw the game, so I had no context whatsoever. But I do remember sounding like Dubois. Dubois, Mr. Dubois. Which sounds like a name that fits him, so... was a spoiler, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for the... But, yeah, we'll see. I don't know for sure. I don't know, I was just biking and listening. Hobocup doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again here. You're drunk. Why did you even come here, Harry? Go home. Okay. Internalize. Is that good? Upsides can be disabled. Doesn't have to watch games. There's good. Doesn't need everything going on. Sure. Keep it. I like it. It's funny. So we got a lot of things to get down. I don't want this. I want to smoke. Fuck that. Preliminary inspection. Right. Report a badge missing. Oh god, it's been 4.5 hours. Jeez. Even if they are where to start, the caller could have been anyone. Call Sylvia's and came so okay, we have to probably do that first. Assuming that's the nearest thing. You need to pay for the damages you caused in the warning in Rex. You want to have a place tonight, ask for money, be careful with your spending. If you're unsure how much you owe, ask guard. I thought it was 70 real. And we need to pawn. The honorable thing to do would be to return it to her. I'll do whatever gives me experience. I might have to leave it at this. Which is no, it's like I had 2 dialogues or 3, but it's a lot. Maybe I still have the tendency to add an extra layer of consciousness to all his layers of consciousness. Let's see what does Kim have to say.
Yes?
Tell me about the
What
case.
do you want to know?
Kim feels like a safe person to talk to, right? Why are we on the same case if we're from different precincts?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
Not him. Not the upstanding Kim Kitsuragi.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia, or I don't remember being in on anything. Prim and proper Kim. That's a nice one. Prim Kim. There's a bit of mistrust there. Let's see.
Better still than an imbecile cop-off.
Okay, what's a cop-off? Tell me about it.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
This seems relevant though.
Later.
Right.
Is there anything else you want?
He's like my cat. Once he's made up his mind, he's not gonna change it. Literally anything. I can't remember a single thing.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you?
Brief sounds good.
3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
Oh. 3 days? 4 days. And that's been 3 days ago, so that's a lovely corpse. It's gonna be a work of art, especially by the time I get around to hoisting it down. Okay.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
So the victim might be from the logistics company?
A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Mm-hmm. Why didn't we know anything about the caller?
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Why hide themselves? Were they just scam baiting?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
So the RCM is?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
Our job here is to find the killer. I still don't understand anything. Yes, I understand it.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer.
I did not even ask the question.
Uncover and arrest the killer.
Would you say this is a mysterious case? He's probably not into terms like that. He probably doesn't care for that. But I still want to know what he has to say.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
I was thinking something otherworldly might be involved. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? Oop. Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious. Okay, so the case probably isn't mysterious, but could it be sexy? Are we flirting with him? All these answers are stupid. All these answers are insane. Let's go with 3.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike.
We get some information about that.
Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
I just want to keep Kim pure. Let's keep Kim Kitsuragi prim. And what's the word? Chaste. So the union clearly wants a piece not just of the industrial harbor. Oh, they want a piece of the company that they work for.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
So is this a strike or an attempted coup?
Strike, coup, revolution. It's brigandage, however you parse it.
Brigandage. Must be my inner brigandeur then. Someone's inner brigandeur.
You feel
Oh, there's a lot going on here.
rising through you. A familiar feeling. An opinion taking form.
Ooh. Is my rhetoric even good? I'm gonna have to check my build again. Is that a psych skill or an intellect skill? Because I don't have the best intellect. Maybe that's why my answers are always so fucking dumb. We should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. We should ground both of them into fine paste. I spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig feed. Why? I don't think grounding one or the other side. Here's the centrist take. With this little foreknowledge, I'm unsure which side to grind into pig's feet. The decision must ferment in me. Also nationalism. What the hell?
Politics is habit forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant to police work. You're right to doubt the impulse.
There you go.
It might be detrimental to our task here.
Approved. Approved. Got the stamp of approval.
From an imaginary fan.
What?
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
I might actually have this skill myself. Because I think he called him a fan now, or what? Like I said, he approves in this conceptualization as he's a fan, or what? I might have too much of this skill. But again, good for streamers, right? Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? Can we go over the preliminary info again? Actually, I have all I need to get for. I have all I need.
Good.
I want to talk about you. Do I though?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Will work better to get. This sounds like a logical thing. Will work better together if we have more rapport. Is this. What's there to know about the lame binocloth? I don't even know what that means. Is that someone with glasses? Binocular? Binocloth? It sounds like someone with glasses. I'm not gonna use that one. I don't think it is. It's just don't know how to pronounce it. Binocular. No, I cannot do that because I actually was Kim all along. We'll work better together with more rapport.
That's a fair point. All
Okay.
right. For the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
This is a very. Do you ever talk with yourself? Let me start with that one.
What do you mean?
When you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with like your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you are blessed. You blessed soul.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
I like how judgmental is posing like that.
The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic.
God. Let me just play as Kim for New Game Plus, please. Would be far less draining.
But this isn't an old school case.
Okay, I get it. You're one of those old school detectives. So how do you do, you know? So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything? I'll just say not respectfully.
So what? That makes you the new school?
Oh, you didn't like that term?
God spare us.
I wasn't supposed to be a zinger. I'm taking out my glasses, Kim. I disavow you. You're being rude.
For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
Oh, that's how he thinks? That's his brain? Wow. Didn't know that. I'm gonna buy a bunch of moleskins then. I'll be as smart as Kim. A whole fucking bunch of notebooks. That's my brain. Don't need brain cells.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Oh. So he's only pretending not to self-reflect. Assuming the empathy is correct here.
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
And mine is a suave, deep voice in my head.
You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
I mean, finally has a point. Tell me a secret about yourself. You won't tell me, right?
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
Like this?
The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Not the eyebrow. The eyebrow. Why does the right side of my brain have an eyebrow anyway? Alright, sure. Fucking mind control eyebrows. It turns out we didn't need the brain parasites from the mind flayers in Baldur's Gate 3. Just needed Kitsuragi's eyebrows. I'm gonna keep calling him Katsuragi now. What's happening to me?
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
So what can I do about it?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it.
Silently scream for help?
If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation.
Oh, so it doesn't matter. He won't get in my way. Good. Dismissed.
The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
I want to say something stupid just to annoy him.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I don't even know what he was trying to say with that, to be honest. Stupid is always good. Stupid is good for content. The game actually acknowledges that when you want to dive into it, or it allows you to dive into a dumpster for content. It's aware of streamers. Just observing. Glasses are cool, I guess.
I guess you don't need glasses then.
Just curious. I asked the lady about the wheelchair. I cannot just not ask you about the glasses. Don't be sensitive about it now. If you're going to profit from my because glasses are wheelchairs for the guys into personal affairs, you got to be able to take it too. You can't just profit off it and then expect me not to say something about your glasses. I want to know where you got them and why you need them. Yes, I'm going to interrogate everyone. At least I'm not gonna say he doesn't look like other people around here, because I know where that's gonna go.
Good. Let's change the subject.
You seem to be following me. No, it's like maybe you will tell me something about for how long.
Excuse me?
Just an observation again. Okay, well.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
Oh, what do you mean distinctive? Is he saying I'm passive aggressive or something?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegiate observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to...
So you mean they're drunk?
Erratically.
Saying we're drunk? Or just because we got like that runway walk? Hello, Coupon? What are you gonna do?
They say it's a scene clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants.
Interesting. We get extra information here. See?
Thorough.
I don't mind it. I can take it. I'm asking about his glasses or her wheelchair, and he can comment on the Jamrock Shuffle. That's fine. Look, I look like this motherfucker in this game. I'm this motherfucker. Right? If I were that guy, I wouldn't give a shit about what anyone thinks. Hoopo, where are you? Wait. What are you doing? Let's. I don't know what you're doing, but you're moving positions. Can you move positions? Ah, come on. Oh my god. That's gonna be a hoovering session tomorrow again. What are you doing? Come on. No. Let's go. Either you come sit on my lap, or you gonna go. What do you want to do? Here we go again. You want an earbud too? You want to listen to the electrochemistry of a police officer? So, okay. A scene clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. Prioritizes containers. You're kidding me? Why containers?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
What containers?
Assumptions. We should move on.
Just containers, like at a harbor?
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Interesting. Interesting. Now we got something on him. Being a little judgmental. Okay, so you have to learn about what is the competition about. So we got a commemorative pin. Produced to celebrate the Saint Baptiste. Dingy rays as the warm glow of... Okay. Dingy, or is it like a rubber boat? Dingy. I don't think it really helps this. I don't really think this felt like it didn't really help me. Don't know what it did. Like -1 composure is not necessarily a good thing. But can you, how does this work? Like experience 60 out of 100? If you level it up, does it become like a permanent trait or what? Why does it say 8%? I don't know exactly how this works. I might have to figure it out. Alright, but that's it for today because it's been a long time. A long stream. And at least it's been rewarding for both me and Kupo. No, I just actually want to know how it works. That's not something I need to figure out. It's more of a game mechanic. I mean, I need to figure it out in the sense if I need to know it. So, slowly wrap this up, but feel free to explain if you can. Focus. Upo, are you part of my brain too? Are you my conceptualization materialized? No. You seem a little bit surreal. Yeah, you seem like I imagined you. You're very cute. Impossibly cute. Oh, they give you some sort of stat boost. Okay, well in this case it seems to just give me like a -1 stat. So I don't know if this is the right one to... I don't want to be rambling. Maybe I should give up on the Hobo Cup. It did sound flashy, but... maybe it's time not to activate. So I shouldn't be activating it if it's not a good... if it's not a good thought. Oh. What is it? Chubby cheeks. Chubby cheeks. So anyway. Ralph? Yeah. See, he wants to go. Oh. Here you go. There you go. And I'm off as well. They all come with some sort of downside. Usually the boost when it finishes internalizing is worth it. See you around. Okay. Oh, I got it. So it's not like they are permanently bad. I may look it up for this specific one, like see if that does anything, because I kind of want to know how the system works without screwing myself over. Alright. Hey, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Thanks for lurking. Thanks for following and discovering me. I'm gonna chill and get ready. And feel free to join a server for better online alerts. If you already get alerts, if you already feel like, okay, I see this fucker every time he's on, I don't feel like I'm missing out. You don't have to do that, but sometimes it helps. Okay, I'm gonna let my cat out. I don't trust what he's gonna do if he's not near his litter box for too long, so have a good night. I'm leaving it at this, by the way. Yeah. Because I already was streaming earlier and I'm getting very sleepy and drowsy. And yeah, I could leave this guy on to rent the whole night. But hey, I got my attention fix. And you guys get your Kupo fix, hopefully. No, that will do. Thank you. That was an imitation of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. The guy in the wheelchair when he does his leg up in the air. But we don't do that anymore. Legs are indecent, as we know. They're not very Victorian. They're not very 2024. We don't do legs anymore. Even if it was a very good impression of the floor show from the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I just wrapped up adding your name to the credits. I don't know if the whole thing will actually roll. It tends to glitch out every other time. But if it does, then you can feel flattered and proud and represented, and that's and appreciated, although I don't think it can really show just how motivating it is for people to hang out, to chat, and occasionally even subscribe. I think that's also always great validation. I learned to move away from looking for validation, but it doesn't mean that I'm immune and apathetic to it. On the contrary, I just appreciate it a little more, but I don't count on it. Now, it's time for us to embrace The third impact. That's right. Let's celebrate the end of times together. And I'll see you later this week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, around my 4 p.m. That would be Central European time +1. I don't even know. I'll figure it out. I won't be there at 4 anyway, so it's so approximate that it doesn't even matter. I'll try to let people know when I'm ready to send out new material into this world and new thoughts and insanity. Okay, let's go.